fish it correctly. I know the name is Shaky head. That doesn't mean you have to do this crazy stuff all day, every day. All right? Why? The line tie, the eyelid, is forward, not up here, forward. The bait keep, that is a good bait keep.
Setting the hook with Jose.
What's up, everyone? It's Jose and welcome to Setting the Hook. Today's episode, we're going to talk about one of my favorite finesse fishing techniques, just because it simply will get fish in the boat, on the bank, in the kayak, or wherever the heck you're fishing off of, and that is the shaky head. But before I go ahead and get started, please do me a favor, hit that like and that subscribe down below. You can share this video with your friends, share it onto your social media. Leave a comment down below. You can ask me a question, you can ask KastKing a question, and we do our best to answer every single comment on our videos. So, without further ado, let's get started. My number 3 tip, number 3 for the shaky head is shaky head selection. What makes a good shaky head? This is a good shaky head. Why? The line tie, the eyelid, is forward, not up here, forward. The bait keep, that is a good bait keep. The space between the bait keep and the hook, a lot of room. I've seen some ugly shaky heads where this is up top here. Now, if this is up top here, that's more of a chance that when the fish bites down, that's the first hardware they're going to feel. So they're going to open up. I've seen some that the bait keep will end right here. And the hook, I mean, there's barely any gap in between the bait keep and the hook. Again, that is not good. Why? Because you need to have that space in there to ensure that you're going to set the hook hard. Now, this bait keep is a little bit more flexible, but a lot of times what you're going to find is stuff like that. And bait keeps like that, it's very important to have that space in between it. Number 2, how to fish it. I know it's called a shaky head, so people think you got to continuously shake the rod. You know, that is absolutely not right. Shaking the rod a little bit, of course, is fine. But honestly, on a shaky head, a lot of times when you're going to get the hits is when it coasts down. Especially if you're using something like a smaller worm, a SENKO, things like that. But you're not just going to sit there and just keep shaking it. Maybe a shake, maybe not. But for the most part, all you're going to do is drag it, reel in the slack. Drag it, reel in the slack. Maybe a hop. But especially if you feel something like a rock or some kind of debris on the bottom, when it hops over that, that's when normally you're going to get a big hit. So, my number one tip for fishing the shaky head, sorry, that was my dog. All right, you know, the beauty about shaky head fishing is that it's effective both on the spinning setup or on a casting setup. You know, this one, the smaller one that I showed, that's perfect for any casting setup. Spinning setup. So if I'm goofing around and I've got my Crixus combo in my hand, then, you know, that's going to be it right there. But if I know there's bigger fish, I know there's a lot of down timber or whatever is down there, or I have the chance of really sticking a good fish, then I'm going to stick with my casting setup. And then I'm going to just get a bigger shaky head. So this is a 4/0, heavy gauge hook, and that is perfect for a casting setup. You know, a lot of times I'll actually go over a shaky head. I'll go with the shaky head over a Texas rig, simply because the Texas rig, the bait falls down to the bottom. This, whether it's a ball head or whether it's something along those lines, it's going to keep it up. So it keeps the bait off the ground, and you can throw anything you want. I've probably caught the most fish off a SENKO on a shaky head, and, you know, surprising enough, a lizard. Those have been my top 2, lizard and the SENKO. So again, the tips I talk about: 3, shaky head selection, get you a quality shaky head. 2, fish it correctly. I know the name is shaky head. That doesn't mean you have to do this crazy stuff all day, every day. All right? And number 1, the right gear. Okay? The right gear for the right shaky head, and you're gonna catch some fish. But I appreciate y'all watching. If you have any questions, if you want to see any other videos, please let me know down in the comments below. I'll do my best to get back to you. But I appreciate you watching. Love y'all.